It's a Sunday. Just finished up hockey. We're gonna go to the sap shack. Gonna watch the maple syrup being boiled and kind of show you what goes on there. It's just a hobby that a bunch of my buddies do, and I enjoy watching. So we'll go check it out. Okay, so this is reverse osmosis, right? This is how this technically is working?
That's right, yeah.
Okay, so we have the bulk tank outside holding sap.
Right.
And this, you guys pump in here?
Yeah, so that's what's called the concentrate up top, which is already gone through the reverse osmosis
Get ready to,
Okay.
when it starts working, just go.
So we've got, this is where our raw sap is coming from, at about 2% sugar. And then it goes through this pump, which pumps it first through a filter to get any particulate or dirt or debris out. So we pump through, the sap, pump forces the sap through these membranes, which forces the clear water, or our wastewater we'll call it, to the center. And that ends up coming out here. And then the concentrated sap comes out these tubes and then goes up into our concentrate tank.
Okay.
So that takes out 50% of the water.
And so how much did this cut down compared to the old one, which was just sucking out of the bulk tank into that evaporator? So how much time are we gaining from this particular system?
So the evaporator, basically its job is to remove water.
Yeah.
So with this system we're removing half the water, so then we cut our time in half.
Oh, okay, that's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
And then yeah, I guess it just goes through that tube there and...
Yeah, and then it goes, so our concentrate tank goes out of there and then directly into the boiler.
Okay.
From there. So even though it only is at, it's coming in at 2%, it's coming out at 4% sugar.
Okay.
That's with removing half the water.
All right.
So you only gain 2% sugar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's it.
That is...
That's how it works.
That's pretty sweet little setup. Al's just cleaning a bunch of filters and it comes through the wall into the evaporator.
Yeah.
And there's a float, right?
Yeah. It keeps the back pan at a certain height.
Okay. And then from here, it works its way to the other side now, right?
Yeah. So this is called a raised flue. So there's all flues in the bottom of that pan.
Okay.
Which basically forces it to boil harder.
Yep. I'll just come through there. Another float on this side.
Yeah.
Travels up, down, and over here.
Yeah.
And you want to keep the level at 3 inches?
We do. We keep it right around 3 inches.
Okay, what happens when it goes to 4 inches or 5 inches?
Nothing. Nothing really happens. It's just you want consistency.
Okay, and what happens when it goes down below?
Oh, then
what could happen?
Then you could burn your pan.
Okay, that's bad.
Which we've never done yet. Cross our fingers.
That's and they're waiting for around 221 and a half to 222, and we'll get some maple syrup.
So for anybody else that watches this, this isn't actually calibrated perfectly.
Perfect.
We should be around 218 is the number.
Okay.
Yeah.
But they know it works, and then we'll get into some sugar content and all that fun stuff.
Plug her back in.
And once we dump the syrup into there, we're gonna go to this machine, which is also new to them, and that's gonna filter. Now, how much sap does it take to make maple syrup?
40 gallons of sap to make 1 gallon of maple syrup, approximately. Yeah.
All right.
So this is our raw sap as it comes out of the tree. So it's about 2% sugar.
Huh.
2.5.
Wasn't that easy?
Yeah.
No, you can't go any farther.
And is that what you're looking for, is 2%?
Out of the tree?
Yeah.
Or
Supposed to be
higher
good.
would be great.
It's
but-
supposed to be 2% out of the trees.
Okay. Higher the better.
Yeah.
Thanks for-
The season changed higher.
Okay. There we go. So this is after it's been through the
Right.
osmosis?
Reverse osmosis.
Reverse
Yeah.
osmosis is after. So we just checked was before.
Yeah.
Okay. So to clarify, that's that tank is we're checking out now. Before it was out of that 1,000-gallon, which he said was right out of the tree.
Yeah, so that's, yeah, exactly. And then that white tank is the concentrate. Concentrated sap. There you go. So we'll check this.
He's not up my dad. Watch the news at 6 o'clock.
Anyways,
I do the same
Yeah,
thing.
so
okay.
anyways, we set up barrels and we walk around.
Oh, yeah.
She walks around.
It should.
Because she's not, she doesn't want, she's a teacher, but she's not a teacher.
It's a little low. That's about
She wants to go
3% we're getting
Let's say.
after the RO.
Okay.
Someone else type thing. And that, but she wanted to put the horse in the horse.
So this is just the water from the osmosis. So it's just being wasted.
It's a waste water.
Yep. So we got this full, and this is a different size cylinder, but it's not floating, it's at 0. So all the sugar is going into that second container, which they are boiling. So they're not collecting today, so we can't go on the side-by-sides and have a bunch of fun, which is going around to all the trees. And this is still very simple way of doing it. It's just a tap in a tree, pail underneath. Some of the newer, fancier ways is you put a tap in and a bunch of hoses and a pump, and it all sucks it into one general location. But realistically, it's just a bunch of neighbors having a good time doing it. So it isn't one bush. We go to I shouldn't say we. I'm just here to have fun. The rest of the neighbors around here, they drive around to all the bushes and well, they collect it. They do the hard work. Anyways, you can see inside this tank, this 1,000-gallon old milk tank. That is all the sap out of your maple trees. It's a pretty cool process. Again, everything is stainless around here. And they're just doing it for fun. They're not even selling it, honestly. This is just a good neighborly good time.
How much? Oh yeah, we got enough power. What are you were putting half or about a third of that?
Now, obviously, when you're opening that, you just can't crank it because you can't have the level drop way down.
Drop too quickly. That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah. So open about that far, and then that allows the valve over there to keep up.
Gotcha.
Not quite half. We gotta make sure we got enough.
So you're checking the sugar content.
Right. Which needs to be minimum 66.
What does that mean? 66.
66 bricks, or basically 66%.
Pretty fancy process for a non-profit organization.
All right, so it's 67 and a half.
Is that good?
Yeah.
Perfect. See if we can see
Might
that.
be tough to see through there.
I don't know. No. Hey, so I'm looking at that blue line, right?
Yeah. Yeah, there's a line there.
Yeah, what is it? What do you think it's at?
Right now, it's probably pretty high.
What's it look like it's at?
might not have the right angle on it.
59.5.
Hold on, you were looking at it. You tell me when it's the right angle to look at it.
Yeah, when it drops down.
There's a chair over there, and I can't stand it.
Right around there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that blue
Chair over
line.
there, or you're the pump jack.
It should fall around 68 once it starts cooling down.
Well, hopefully everybody can see that. I can kind of see it. If not, you know what we're looking for. And you know what he's looking at.
So I'm gonna dump one of these in each one.
What is it?
Filter 8.
Filter 8.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay, pass me the big one over.
Big one what?
The
Oh, this here. You don't use a little boot thing?
Oh, I just did too big.
He dumped it in the other already.
I need that thing now.
Where do you want to be? Yeah. Quite an operation. We haven't really got this nailed yet. We'll get better.
Yeah, so this white powder helps the... What's the white powder doing?
8 to go through the filter. Filter 8.
Oh, filter 8, so it helps filter it to make it more pure. Okay.
Yeah, it clicks to the fine material that you don't want to go through.
Yeah.
Three Stooges here.
Pull that a little closer.
Ready? Ready? I didn't plug it in.
Well, that's the unionized job. I had to run both yesterday. Plug.
I think one of those plugs works and one doesn't.
Throw the switch, lad.
Got the right taps on and off?
Yeah, you don't want that other shoot out of there like
Yeah,
that.
that'd be
Did
nice.
you do that yesterday?
No. I just remember the other day when we forgot to
Yeah,
put
we didn't even turn it on.
we forgot to put the powder on and we forgot to turn the right tap.
It takes a little while.
Yeah,
before
no,
it comes out
it's-
of here. Before we get a big screen. He's sucking around the pail pretty good.
So it's sucking it up and it's going through compartments.
Yeah, there's a little hole that goes through there, and there's a little hole where it all comes back out to
Yeah, and all these little white, these are all filters, so it's got to get all through here.
all them. Right.
And then it goes into
For a
that's
jarring,
the jarring.
jarring fan.
Yeah.
You can see it. Traps open in there.
Oh, yeah. Actually, when this is opened all up, it really looks like waffle iron.
Yeah, waffle iron. It's starting to get product.
It's that exciting.
Yeah.
3 hours of boiling and we get to this point?
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 hours and about around 15 liters of oil.
Yeah. Anyways, once you go through this, then we'll get the jar in.
Oh, yeah.
The final stage, though.
Yeah. A little bit more, Johnny.
Yeah, I know. Get up on the block.
I need that hand up there by the thing.
The assembly line.
You can flip that one.
So how many jars will we get out of this basically?
Open 17.
17.
We're hoping. Sometimes
3 hours, 17.
Sometimes it's low.
Sometimes it's lower. We're gaining hope for 17.
So you got 2 pails and a half.
Yep.
So you should at least get some.
Okay.
You should.
3 hours work, 17 jars. So this is all new, right? This year, last year,
No longer here.
there was no reverse osmosis. They were just boiling straight out of that 1,000-gallon tank. There was a filtration system, but it was very old school. It was a bag and some filters, and you literally just put it on rods over the pail, poured another pail in. It took quite a bit longer to filter, and it wasn't as good. It's not as clean as what this is doing today. So this is like state of the art in here.
Everything's moving up.
That's right, moving up in the world.
Yeah.
Well, well, that's all I got for you guys today. Hopefully you enjoyed that, because it's kind of a nice way to spend a Sunday. Anyways, we got our jars of syrup and gonna head home, go cook some dinner. Make sure you like and subscribe. Peace. Have a good one.